All right, all right. Good evening. Good evening. How you guys doing today? Man, today it's a beautiful day out. It's Friday. I ain't got no. Let me stop. Oh man, let me stop. Let me stop. Look, if you guys seen that movie Friday, you already know what I'm about to say. So for those of you that's too young, I'm sorry. I apologize. Go check it out yourself. But tonight it's an amazing night here. I have a special guest. I know you guys seen her all around Facebook, Instagram. She's been doing her thing. She's amazing at what she does. I admire her. I appreciate her. And tonight I wanted to bring her on because about a year ago, I believe you guys hosted a Father's Day special.
It was a year ago.
Yep, it was about a year ago, and from that Father's Day special that I was honored to be part of, thanks to LaShawn and Samantha, I was able to network with some other notaries like Griffin, and I was able to, from Griffin, I was able to network with other notaries, which is that's all it's all about. Is when you are in the right room, you are networking with the right people, you will build long-lasting relationship. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Ishmael. I'm the owner of Mandarin Notary Services. I've been operating as a notary since 2017. I am here in the state of Massachusetts, and I am fully mobile. Thanks to my wife. Those of you guys who've seen my Instagram as far as my mobile setup, that was all her idea. So I'm not taking credit for that. So she is absolutely amazing. But tonight it's not about me. Tonight is about Miss Jenkins over here, the Notary Institution. Like I am so honored that you accept this invitation, and just to see everything that you are providing for the notary community and how you are constantly bringing value to everyone. So I wanted to take this time out, to finally get you on a show because
Yes.
it's long waiting. So I just want you, just to tell the people about you, just to tell them your background, maybe something they don't know about you. Let's see how it goes.
Oh, what they don't know, we're in 2022, sir. Everybody know everybody on the internet. But just to give a brief about me, my name is LaShawn Jenkins with Notary Institution. At the Notary Institution, I help notaries with starting their business, growing it, marketing, and just really helping them understand and navigating through the business. And I really do that a lot of that through my YouTube channels. But how I originally even got into this, to be honest, was I started off as a notary, and how I learned about it was through a person that I had dated. He was a real estate investor, and I was actually making my transition out the army because I really hated it there. And not only I hated it there, I just got tired of the whole like going overseas, deploying, and leaving. And honestly, I just got tired. Like I stopped showing up, so I knew it was just time for me to leave
Yeah.
anyway. And my boyfriend at the time was a real estate investor, and he was like, "Well, if you want to get out, you got to figure out a way to make money." And he was like, "Just become a notary." He said the title company need mobile notaries, and I knew I was aware of what a notary was. I just didn't really know. I didn't know what he was talking about. So I went on Google And I went on Google and I searched and I seen like a course about it with Carol Ray. And I'm one of those people, I'm gonna be honest, I was just sold then. I really didn't look too much into it because this was back then when there was no videos. So
Oh,
boom, I just signed up. Like honestly, I just clicked sign up. I talked to Carol Ray. She was like, "Thank you for your service." And blah, and a lot. And then I was just like, "Okay, all right, I'm just gonna do it," because my boyfriend told me that they need them, and not really understanding that everything what was going on. And I took the training programs, and that is how I got started into this. And when I first started out, I took training after training because I am a person of I'm always going to learn, regardless. I'm just going to pay for trainings. I went for everybody's training, and I took something different from everyone's training. I learned that everyone had different things that they were teaching, and nobody gave me all what I wanted, and that was okay. And then after I really got into it, and I'm a master. I follow directions. I know how to listen. After my business that had got really big with just by listening to all the trainings I had taken, but also going out there and doing it, um, I was actually asked to speak and help other people, notaries, training them. And honestly, I was just doing it just because I don't know, just to do it, just because I do like helping people. I like teaching anyway, so that's something that I'm passionate about anyway. So I was just doing it, on a different platform, and most people probably on here probably recognize me maybe from Andre's because I taught a lot of his classes, and from there, then I just thought, I can just create my own platform and go out there and help notaries, on a bigger scale. And what really inspired me too, because anybody that knows me and how I feel about Facebook groups, I'm not really a fan of them. I think people get on the internet and start typing away and saying things that they probably normally wouldn't say in
exactly.
person. And I just didn't like their approach of it. And I'm a person of, to be honest, if I have a problem with something or anyone, I'm just gonna go create my own space and solve it,
Yep.
and that's it. I wasn't gonna go back and forth with nobody on the internet. I just went and created my own platform, and here we are today with the Notary Institution, where I probably help so many people just starting their business and really get into this idea of entrepreneurship. I start helping with their notary business. I've been give tips on about things that I went through in my journey with setting up the Notary Institution for other people who are trying to get into this field. So I'm just always helping people and teaching people what I know, and that's honestly what I like to do.
Yeah, that is amazing. So if you had to guess, like how much you like how many other notaries you say that you've done help? If you had to just guess.
I would say at least 200 people, and I'm only saying it because there's a lot of people. Like honestly, I think I have a person in each state. I know if I go to that state, there's somebody there that I help
Yeah.
talk to on the phone. I talk to so many people. It's so bad that I have some people's numbers saved in my phone, and some people have the same name. And then I'm calling one person, talking to them, and I'm halfway in the conversation realizing this is the other Dana or something. So that's how many people I have helped, and I still help.
That's amazing. That's well. So some of the key things that I took from just just giving us a brief introduction about yourself is the fact that you took the time and you went out and you educate yourself. You took the time because a lot of people say they want to start a business, whether it's a notary industry, whether it's real estate, whatever business it is. But a lot of folks get stuck into the taking action. You went there, you did some trainings, you reach out to people, and you invested within yourself. A lot of people do not want to invest in themselves. It's like they expect that, you know what, I'm going to start the business. When I start making money, then I'll invest on myself. But what you need to realize is the investment start the moment that you decided you want to open a business. Like whether it's, as far as just learning state laws, whether it's about learning how to properly set up an LLC, like every little aspect that you can dedicate time to for you to learn about what it is that you are trying to do. Because that's where most people fail. They do not take the time to invest in themselves, to learn. And I feel like by doing that, you set yourself for success, and the Notary institution has been very successful.
It is. I educate myself on everything that I do. At least try to. I will spend hours reading, but not only just reading, but executing. Like I'm always reading something, learning something new. But that's just the way of life is investing. I mean, even if you look at a 9 to 5, to be honest, you're educated about the job before you start. To educate you on how to use it. Training is always necessary. I think sometimes we tend to skip it as entrepreneurs, or we really don't understand the true value of being trained before we start something. But your training is key to everything, and education is everything. Especially now. Well, it's always been, but it's always come.
Yeah, and then speaking of that, so I usually say, like, as far as some of the keys to success, it's preparation, education, and consistency. And how I break those down is preparation has to do first. You start with your mindset, because you cannot accomplish anything if you don't have the right mindset. No matter how smart you think you are. Like, if you have a negative thinking and you go into a project or an idea that you are trying to bring into life, if you have the wrong mindset, you will not be able to accomplish it. And then the education part, which you took time, you educate yourself, you went through the training, then you took action. And then the last part is the consistency part. It doesn't matter how mentally sound you are, how much education you got, but if you're not consistent with what you are trying to accomplish, then you will never get to the finish line. So I feel like, just having, I'm not saying you should, those are like the three keys to success, but just having at least a couple of them in there will help you. So, how important is mindset for you? From starting your business, from going through trials and error, and years later, you are still active in business, and you're very successful. You are helping a lot of people. So how important was mindset for you in the beginning?
For me, mindset was everything, and it still is. One, you have to believe that you can do it, and also two, not only believe that you can do it, but you also have to be positive with all your thinking. And what really kind of helped me with mindset is I actually read the book called The Secret. Well, I read the book, and I also listened to audio because I
I got
need
it
both.
right here.
And I need both. But with reading that book, I learned that a lot of times, we could say we want to be happy, be positive, but also, that not realizing that sometimes in life we're walking around being negative, having a negative mindset, negative thoughts, just because that we're walking around in life like that. So I follow the book, and it gives you directions of, for now on, when you're outside or you have anything, just always try to think something good, even if it's something bad going on.
Yeah.
Make it a positive. Like me, I don't like going outside, but
Yeah, you're
instead of thinking negative about being outside, I have to go outside and look, and be grateful that I'm here. I'm able to be outside. You know what? The clouds are nice too since I'm out here. The sun is nice. It's hot, but you know what? The sun is beautiful. And having that mindset will also help with your business, because whenever things are going, sometimes we can get caught up with, oh, I'm not receiving enough assignments, or you start comparing yourself to other people and etc. But when you have that positive mindset, okay, you know what? My time is coming. This will work for me. You really have to learn how to speak positivity into your life, instead of all the negative, and not get caught up and wrapped into it. Because once you get caught up into the negative mindset, you won't be able to produce any type of results. And to be honest, that negative mindset actually carries on to everything that you do. If you're negative at your job, you come in there with the attitude every day. We have people who are just negative all day at work, and then they come to work, they could talking about their personal life is just as negative because their mindset is negative. And that's why they're at where they're at, complaining and upset about whatever. But when your mindset is positive, positive things do happen to you. And that is how you really push through in business, is by staying positive.
Absolutely. I completely agree with that. Your perspective, how you see things matters. and
Mhm.
we, because just in this industry, as a lot of people are experiencing, the slowdown that they calling it, from the loan signing, from the loan signing aspect of thing. But how you see it versus like if you are, how I feel about that, if you were solely dedicating yourself, your entire business based off loan signing and the situation that we are now. So now it's time for you to either look into a new services that you can offer, or find, use this time to educate yourself, use this time to take up new training, because there's a lot of other services that you can be offering at the moment. And as far as for me, I've been seeing an increase in fingerprinting, and that's something I invested in last year, but I wasn't really doing much in it. But because everything that's going on right now with the signings, and I love general notary work, so that is my bread and butter. I love general notary work. You get paid on the spot. I don't have to worry about the net 30 or 45 or any signing company switching it up on you because you're not doing something they like. So that is extremely important. And I'm glad that just having the right perspective will lead you to success.
Amen.
All right. Like I'm seeing a lot of people are tuning in tonight. I appreciate you guys. I know a lot of people are saying they're from Jersey. I got New York, North Carolina is in the house. Look, so based on one of the stuff that me and LaShawn wanted to talk about was in regarding to marketing.
Mhm.
Um, the digital marketing versus the old boring grandfather way. I'm just playing. I'm just playing. If any of you, but so why is it important for notary to market, and why is it important for them to I want to say at least experience both of them?
Well, the first to answer your first question, the reason why it's important for notaries to really market is, you gave the perfect example earlier when you stated that, there was a slowdown in the mortgage with loan signings and things of that nature.
Yeah,
Now, that's your business really relying upon someone else's business. And a lot of times with signing companies, to be honest, they only get signings based off of the relationships that they have built across the country.
hmm,
And to be honest, one, and then two, the fees are regulated by them.
yep,
You're going to get a cut. So understanding how to market your own business for yourself to build your own clientele is important instead of just relying on a signing company. Because to be honest, you want different clients for your notary business. You don't want to feel like you have to rely on a signing company, because if your marketing is good locally for general notary work, you know that somebody is going to call your phone every day, probably, where you're going to, absolutely in your mind that you're going to make $100 a day just based off of because of what the efforts that you have done. That's why I feel like marketing your business is so important, and that's what I learned. Now, out of all the trainings that I have taken, I'm gonna be honest. That's one thing I think I learned on my own was that I have still have to go out there and market my business myself. I mean, I learned, I learned, understood the concept of going into the title company, getting signings. I understood the concept of signing up for companies. I understood the concept of following up with the companies in order to get the work. I was kind of cutthroat with signing companies. I'm gonna be honest. I used to call them and I tell them like, "Hey, I'm in this area, and I'm so motivated. I do a signing for free." You,
hold
you
up,
know,
did that work? Did that work though?
it did work.
Really?
It did work. It absolutely worked. It absolutely did work. The guy, I sent the email, he called me and he said, I seen your email. He said, I'd love to have you, but you don't have to work for free. But what, and then at one point in time when the silence had slowed down, and my boyfriend here, he is all in my ear about something. He's like, you need to go out and talk to other people and go outside and all of this. And that's when I learned the importance of really learning how to market yourself as a notary, because you're the one that holds the value,
Yeah.
you know. And I think it's very important to go out there. And then what was the second question you asked about the methods?
As far as like the different method, I know it's 2022. Everybody has an iPhone. Everybody's using Canva. Everybody using, I don't know, InShot, whatever it is that they are using. So the different type of method of marketing. So like what are, because you just mentioned the email. So as far as email, I was, that would fall under the digital realm. All right. So let's go to probably some ways people can market their services digital. Then we can go towards the traditional way.
So one way is using social media. But before, also, I think with marketing where a lot of us really fail at, and I have been there too, is one understanding our actual audience. That's the first thing is understanding exactly who do you want to market to, and is there even a market for that? But also, like, I'm really understanding who you're marketing to is the first thing with any marketing, no matter where you go, understanding who you're marketing to. So specifically online, I want to say Instagram because I know a lot of people on here want to do Instagram, and I
Yep.
don't want to put Facebook in the mix because the way you market on Facebook is different. But let's say Instagram. Everyone wants to go out there and use Instagram to market, but also understand when you are using is one how you market is dependent on the platform.
That's true.
One thing is having a strategy on how you're going to market. So once when you identify the type of audience that you're going to market to, now you have to identify the strategy on how to market, especially on Instagram or the social media platform that you're on. Understanding how it works, the terminology that they use over there. Like you really have to be in. Now, one thing I'll say about Instagram, if you're going to market on Instagram, to be honest, and not only market, but if you want to market your notary services specifically, and you know in your mind that you want to be the number one notary that's in the in crowd with title companies,
Yep.
right? Don't follow other notaries, forget them. You need to follow the title company in your area. See if they're on Instagram, because I guarantee you they're on Facebook. Because if the title company out here, they love hosting events with drinks, open bar. So, if you're gonna be on Instagram, start following local title companies in your area.
Mhm.
Next down the totem pole, if the escrow officers are on there, you can start following them. After them, who the notary? Not the notary.
Um,
Real estate agents,
yep.
real estate investors, but that's within that area, in your local area. The community, follow the chamber of commerce. Um, if you know other there, trust me, there's real estate agents creating a buzz on Instagram, on
Yeah.
social media. You follow those people to put yourself in the mix. Now that's it, that is digital marketing, but you still need traditional methods. As bad as I hate going outside,
Here it
you're going to have to go outside still because now you're following these people on social media, but also you have to understand that in this business it's relationship based and people still want to see you and talk to you and things of that nature, shake your hand, get a feel for you. So with that being said, you still have to go out to the events.
Yeah.
So that is the traditional ways things, and you still have to do that.
Absolutely. And not only that, so you guys can also download the Meetup app. The Meetup app. So once you create a free profile, you put in your zip code, and it'll ask you as far as which the radius amount that you want to receive the events from. There's a lot of event that's happening. Can be as far as real estate event. There's event like there's different category that you can choose. That way, when they are having some type of networking event, and all you have to do is show up. Like you don't have to go there trying to be the smartest one in the room. Just show up. I guarantee you, one or two individual there will come and speak with you, and they're going to ask you what you do, like the type of services. And now is the time for you to market yourself. And one of the traditional ways to have a business card. I know a lot of people are moving away from business card. Everybody has a what you call it, this thing that you scan like a scan.
The digital business card or the
Yeah,
QR code.
look, I like having a business card. You can call me old school all you want. But sometimes when I go to my appointments, I give somebody a card because my wife always change up my business card style. So I never know what I'm getting in the mail. All right. So so I go and I hand them the card. They're like, oh, this is nice. No, I've never had a person that said they didn't like my cards, and they'll ask for another one. Or I had one guy last week. He I give him one card. He was like, "Do you have any extra so I can give five? Because I work for a real estate company." Bam, that's it. So just off a card, so I potentially will have new clients, and not only that, another way that people can market or to see what's going on in the area, the Facebook. Facebook has an event section. Same thing. Put in your location, and it'll tell you everything that's happening in your area and all the networking event that you can attend to. And if you don't want to do that, there's the good old word of mouth. The old school word of mouth. Just let people know what you do for a living, and I guarantee you, somebody out there going to need your services. But you have to put yourself out there. And another thing, one that I want to mention, those mom and pops restaurant. Usually, when you go there, they have the menu on the table, and on the back of the menu, like there's like an advertising section. I know they do it a lot up here, so you can speak with them and ask them who create the menu, and you can put your business information on the menu. It's like everybody go there to eat; they're gonna see it anyway. So that's another way that you can advertise.
Absolutely. And I mean, you can put your stuff anywhere, but I feel like you said, traditional older methods are just as good as the newer methods. I think that I know that, when you're marketing your business, is that it's very important to have a balance between the both and not just one over the other. Because I know there's people out there who don't believe that Facebook work or anything of that nature, or not even just Facebook. We could talk about paid advertisement.
Yeah,
A lot of people feel like that doesn't work, but it does work. It's just that the thing is, what don't work is that you may not have an actual strategy. Maybe your ads are not targeting the audience. And then not only that, there's plenty of times I see where people will run an ad, but the website is not even. I don't even know what's going on the website. The website is not clear. Your website's not clear.
yeah,
And that goes back to really building your digital online presence with your website, making sure that it's clear, making sure that whatever audience you're targeting, that information is on your website, is easy to get to, and it's clear. You know, but like you said, both ways are just as good. And like you said, to be honest, those business cards, it's funny. I went to an event, a networking event,
yeah.
and it was a guy there selling digital business card. And I mean, I could be a little butthole at times, I think, but it's okay. But basically, he was trying to sell me on the digital business card,
Yep.
and well, she was like, yeah, she was like, you need one, and I said, okay, I'll look into it, thank you. And she was like, yeah, because no one used paper business cards no more. And I said, well, I beg to differ. I said, paper is just as important as digital. She was like, no, it's not. And like she kept going back and forth with me about it. Like we was in an argument. And to be honest, I see the value in both because there's times, honestly, I go like you can't leave a digital business card on somebody's thing. At the end of the day, people even with the QR codes, right? You still have to put that PR code on a piece of paper
Yeah.
at the end of the day, or a shirt, or whatever the case may be, or you still have to put that QR code on a paper product. So at the end of the day, you still need to have a balance. I teach my students get the paper business cards, but also get the digital. Because there's people out there who will pull out their phone and
Yep.
scan this. And me personally, I don't save links and all that. Like, honestly, if I don't even like QR codes, because once when I go to the website, it's in my history and I don't go back and I don't remember. But if someone gives me a paper business card, I will remember the color, and I put my business cards. I actually have a little case that I bought from Amazon that I keep my business cards in. so I
Gotcha.
can always go through and look. And I can't do that with digital. I know I'm not about to do all that with
No,
digital, you know?
no, no. Well, it looks like the fingerprinting gurus say he still use digital cards. Oh man, look, that is great. So, in the beginning of this, you mentioned the email marketing, right? If someone is, what are some of the key points to sending out email marketing? Because if it's a new notary, let's say they hear somebody talking about it, just like we're talking about it now, or they seeing it on, on Facebook. What are some key points? What do they have to address in that email marketing to, the potential client?
I say the first thing when it comes to email marketing is first of all is and this one thing that we do tend to skip is having a system to actually collect people emails. Besides of you just going out there trying to search people websites, and you could do that too, but that is hard work. But also, you want to have something set up to where the one you're collecting email addresses on your end where people could type in their email address and you have it locked in, so that way you can market your services to those people.
Yep.
That's one tip I have for email marketing. But some of the things you want to put into the email, again, it depends on the actual client that you are marketing to. To be honest, it depends. How you will talk to a title company may not be how you'll talk to a person, a random person that's needing a notary. To
Okay.
be honest,
So let's give them an example of a company that you reach out to.
a company that I personally don't like email marketing. I mean, it's not that I don't like it. It just some for me. It just the grammar. But
Gotcha.
for example, like I mean, I have reached, but I do it because I reach out to people for interviews and stuff. So, for example, if I know that I want to work with the title company, I'm more so one. I'm not going to send an email to them without even actually seeing them face to face. So, the first step actually I would do is one, I will try attend one of their events, probably a networking event, and just be there in the mix, talk to someone there, and then I will follow with the email saying, "Hey, this so and so. Thank you. I love your event. This is kind of what I do. I let them know my availability, how I travel, where I travel at,
Yep.
etc., and let them know that I'm here to be of service of you." And that is kind of what I put in there. But also, I save their email address, and sometimes what you can do is create an email marketing system, have a platform where you can send out holiday things from your business, just to them, remind them that you're still there. I think honestly, what email is, it's a process, it's setting up the systems, setting up some type of email campaign to where so you could keep people on your mind because everyone could just send an email.
That's true.
And let's be honest, you know how many emails you get a day between spam, filter, you skip emails, but you always want to be fresh on your people's minds so that way when people think, they're like, you know what? It's a notary here that's always sending me the email about something, happy birthday or whatever the case may be for the holidays, and they're going to go back and remember you. So that's what I say about email marketing. Yeah, Mr. Tommy.
Yeah. So another form of marketing that is out there is direct mail marketing. I know a lot of people will receive those
Ooh,
postcard in the mail from either real estate agent in the area or attorneys in the area or some company in the area that's offering you their services. So those direct mail marketing, you can go to your postal office. You can ask them about it. I think it's UDDE or something like that that they call it. But if you go to the postal office, you ask them for the direct mail, and what that do is that allows you to choose the zip code that you want to market to. Once you go on that website, it will give you like the amount of businesses that's in that zip code and the amount of residentials. So what I was doing, what I was looking at it last week because I want to start running a campaign. Pick the hottest zip code that has the most businesses. If you're planning to target business, choose a zip code that has that, and it will show you exactly the route that the mailman is taking. And you can just run your campaign for a couple weeks or maybe a month just to see if you generate any type of business if from doing that. And another form of marketing is the car magnets. We are driving. I have I have two magnets on each side of my car, T-shirts. Like there are some easy way that you guys can start marketing, and it's very effective. If you don't have money for magnets, get you a marker, write mobile notary in the back of your windshield and your phone number. That's like one of the easiest way, to get your business out there, and people will call you. Like what I've realized is they don't care how you market. If they need your service, they're gonna reach out to you. They don't care if they see it on a bandit sign. They don't care if they see it on a paper at the supermarket. If they need your services, they are going to reach out to you. And I feel like a lot of people overthink this process because they feel like they have to have all the nicest, emails, card magnets. Like it's good to have, but if you're not generating an income for you to get this thing set up, guess what? Just do the basics. The basic stuff still works.
Yeah, and then also too, with marketing, and I think sometimes, one thing I had to learn in as an entrepreneur is honestly being patient and understanding that, like for example, you brought up the postcards, going out and getting them mailed out, but understand that just because you could send out all the postcards. You could send out 6,000 postcards and not receive a phone call. And some of that's okay, not really, but you should at least maybe receive one or two at least. But also keep in mind that sometimes it's slow. It's not slow, but it takes people time to realize, okay, you know what? Oh, I need them now. This is how I'm going to use. It takes time to really get your name out there. I see some people use billboards, locally, but I would say see what people doing in your local area for marketing.
That's true. That's true. As far as the billboard, I'm not there yet. Like, I'm sorry, I'm not.
I see people use billboards, and I see all kinds of things. I see, one thing I want to talk about too with marketing, and I think sometimes it gets skipped over. But your online digital marketing, like your digital online presence, is so important as a notary. To be honest, like that's really how you do get ahead. Also, because to be honest, people go online and look for a notary. That's
Yes.
really the first thing that they do. But adding yourself to like a lot of the local directories in your area, like if the Chamber of Commerce has an online directory, I'll put myself on there. If somebody's doing a free one in your local area, like I noticed there's a lot of black business directories in my area. Put myself on all of them. Anybody that has a free directory for you to put your business on, or not even free, some of them you could pay for,
Yeah.
put yourself on there because to be honest, that helps with your digital presence. It takes time. It's not going to be you put your stuff up there and somebody's going to call you tomorrow. But it does work.
Yeah. No. No. It did. Yeah. Not only that, I know at least in my area here, local banks are running ads. Like if you go to the bank, you'll see they usually have a TV behind the teller and has like different businesses. So ask for the branch manager, see how you can get your business up there, because anyway that you can market yourself, that's going to that's going to bring awareness to your business, and that's how you're gonna start generating an income. And I know a lot of people just I'm not I'm not bashing you guys. I do loan signing because I do loan signing as well. But you have to understand that once you create an online presence, the same title companies that's going to SnapDoc, those same title companies can go to Google and reach out to you directly. I have a lot of appointment the past couple of weeks that I have title companies reaching out to me directly from Google. I had one lady said, "Oh, I went through your reviews. I read your reviews. Seem like you are highly recommended in your area." So she reached out to me. We got the work done for them. But you have, at the end of the day, you need an online presence, whether it's Google, Facebook, Instagram. Nextdoor app is pretty good for for
That
what
one too.
you need. And Yelp, I'm not really a big fan of Yelp, so I don't know how you feel about that. I don't want to talk
Oh,
about it.
Yelp work. I mean, I'll be honest. I just take the free listing, and then as soon as they call me, block their number because they always trying to sell you something and they get on my nerves because I don't know if they ever called you before, but
Yeah. See,
they call in one time I thought it was somebody that I knew because he was like, "Hey, good afternoon, how you doing today?" I was like, "I'm good, about yourself." And then he went into Yelp. I said, but but it is a great resource where you can list your business, and people do use Yelp. I just personally feel like with Yelp at this point in time, unless you feel like running ads with Yelp, but I don't like their aggressiveness over there with them. So
It
just
calls.
use their free listing and call it a day.
That's it. So, if it's free, it's right for you. So now I know, you know, seeing where you're at now, just understanding the process, everything that you went through. Like, what are some of your short-term goals or long-term goals for the Notary Institution?
Oh, that's a great question. Some of my short term goals right now is really like right now. I just want to really build up the YouTube channel and provide more marketing materials for people, for notaries specifically, and really giving them ways on how they can use a lot of the things that they have online to get their business name out there. That's a really big goal of mine right now. What I've been doing, in which I have been making videos gearing towards notaries and using some of the online methods to really put yourself out there. Now, long term goals with the donor institution is go back to kind of focus on educating and training, but some of that stuff can be redundant,
Yeah,
with the training and education, but marketing is, I don't feel like it's redundant to me. So my goal is to have more things set up towards a community where notaries can still get the education, but also being able to market a business and navigate it through it. Because to be honest, the goal that I really want to teach notaries is that this is a business and you can have your own clientele. You don't have to feel like you're relying on signing companies. I know there's plenty of posts where I have read about people just getting upset because signings were slow, and what happened, they had to go back working somewhere that they absolutely dread or dislike, and that's only because you didn't set your business up to where so you had your own clientele. The same way how these signing companies
yeah,
set up their businesses to where so people are calling them, the title company called them. You can enable that for yourself. You can do that for your business. So I want to teach the notary systems that they can create for their mobile notary business to dig their own clients. To where so if somebody call you, I'm not going to take that. You don't have to take it because it's your clientele,
yeah,
and that's my long-term goal with notaries, and that's how I want the notary institution to help notaries really set up a long-term lasting business where they have their own clientele and not relying on someone else for their clients.
yeah. I think that right there is amazing, and it's very important not to have all your egg in one basket. Because I remember during the pandemic, there was this one title company out of Rhode Island that was giving me signings. Like when I say LaShawn, they was calling me, emailing me. It's like it's like I was a preferred notary. Like it was great. Like it was great. I had a couple good months where I made over 3K. Then all of a sudden it slowed down. It slowed down. Then I went from doing maybe 20 to like maybe 10 in 1 month, and then 5. I'm like, all right, so something is shifting over there. So now, the good thing is, that taught me a great valuable lesson is if I had, if I was one of those notaries who did not want to go out and, market or willing to do general notary work unless I'm getting X amount of money, I would have been screwed. So
Mm.
it's very important to be diverse. It's very important to offer multiple services because you do not want to just rely on one title company because you never know. Because if they are paying you, let's say they were happy paying you 125, and then new notary comes along and say, "Hey, I'll do it for 99 bucks." Guess what? that
Or
right,
someone that has a better, sometimes some people have a good, I don't want to say mouthpiece, but some people have some good convincing skills. They know how to go somewhere and walk out with $1 million deal, and not, or a larger company might come through or something.
yeah,
And you never, like you said, you don't want to rely on just one single person like you. I really honestly want notaries to feel like they are in control, they have the power, is their business. Because right now, what's going on, and it's perfect in the comments. Struggling to get clients. I'm direct marketing. I haven't had my first general notary work. Like I don't want notaries to feel like I'm waiting on Snapdots to send me a notification. And I hope when I hit yes, they say yes too. No, we don't need to be like that. We didn't join entrepreneurship to be stressed out like that. We joined entrepreneurship to have our own clients and make our own schedules and things of that nature, and not stressing about people using us or not. So, I really am passionate about people creating their own stream of clientele that understand that they like you need to market your services, your business, and also having a diversity of services that you can offer, but also putting it out there and getting your own clientele so that way when one service may fail or something's not working, it's you're not worried about it because you got XYZ lined up for you also at the same time.
Yeah, absolutely. And for Miss, I want to say Keisha Wilkins. If I mess up your name, I apologize. I don't have my glasses on, so that's my excuse.
Oh.
So she said, as far as struggling to get clients. So direct marketing. So just like Mr. Sean was saying, knowing your audience, like who are you direct marketing to, and what type of marketing you are doing, and if you've been marketing for like how long have you been marketing? Did you just started marketing? Has it been maybe a week or two? Like what are you doing within the community? Are you attending networking events? Sometimes just go to the library. I go to the library every other Saturday with my kids. I have my notary shirt on. Go to the park. If you have a notary shirt, go to the park. Bring your kids to the park. Like these daily activities that you we do with our kids, they can bring us business. Like I have a shirt. I library, go to the store. Look, I don't look. You have to be presentable. I know a lot of people don't. A lot of people don't want to talk about that part. You have to be presentable.
You see Mr. Tommy, you look at him, so you see Mr. Tommy photo right there. You see what he got going on.
That's GQ magazine photo right there. Look, just you just have to be willing to put yourself out there, and just trust the process. If you on Google, like how often are you posting on Google, or you using certain hashtag? If you're on Facebook, one of the stuff that worked for me when I was using Facebook and Instagram, if I'm going to an appointment, I checked in that city. So sometimes I'll create a post either while I'm there or after I left. I check myself in. Hey, no Republic was in this city. What
Face
that
on your Facebook business page too, though. Keep that in mind.
yeah, yeah, and what that does, I usually get a call from somebody in that area within the week. So
Oh,
there's different ways that you can market yourself, and don't forget about the hospitals. Don't forget about the nursing homes because a lot of people tend to overlook those. That is key. If you can understand how to properly notarize, like we all been saying, as far as knowing your state law, knowing what you can and cannot do as a notary, if you know how to properly notarize, I don't know where you are marketing to. I would say reach out to the nursing homes, reach out to the funeral homes, go
yeah.
to the hospital, drop off your card at the hospital. Those are great locations, and I guarantee you, I'm not gonna myself, I can guarantee for myself, once I go to a hospital or a nursing home, I usually get a call back within the same week. It's like a domino effect. So you have to choose. Um, you have to understand where you're marketing to, who you're marketing to, and how often you're marketing to them.
Mm-hmm. Here, can you go to Miss Natalie Jean? Hello.
The
Oh, all things Nat Jean.
okay,
That hurts my heart. She only gives work from Notary Go, and they really no lowball you, and that's fine, Miss Nat. They can lowball you all they want, but all that means is that means that you need to get out there and start really marketing your own business to people who do value you and
yes,
the offer that you have to bring.
yes.
So sad.
So it's like she's been marketing for 4 months. Look, don't stop. That's one thing I'm gonna say now. Do not stop marketing. Like just keep going. I guarantee you. When it comes, it's gonna come. Then you're gonna be like, man, that's a lot of work.
So you might not answer your phone, or you might turn your phone off. That's how busy you're going to get, depending on how you market.
Yeah, but here's the thing: if you if you have a missed call, so if you don't have a different phone number for your business, I highly recommend that you do. You can use Wix, Google Voice, Second Line. If you got call your phone company to see if they can give you like a second number, but you have to separate your personal call from your business call. A couple weeks ago, I was looking for a notary in North Carolina. If anybody in North Carolina right now, look, I apologize for what I'm about to say, but that notary sucked. Like the
Ooh,
notary that I reached out to in North Carolina sucked. I needed somebody to go out take some pictures of her property because we also like wholesale. We do virtual wholesaling, and I had the worst experience. Like somebody that was supposed to be know the assignment, follow the instruction. It applies in every different aspect of business. The instruction was take pictures and send me a recording. 3, 4 days later, I get some grimy behind pictures. Like she took it from like a Nextel from back in 1999. So if you're on here, look, I don't care at this point. I already paid. You did not provide your service. One thing you need to understand, whether you're doing loan signing, whether you're doing general notary work, if there's an instruction, follow the instruction because it's going to tell you exactly what the client is asking for. Don't try to put your spin on it. If you have a question, reach out to them. It's simple as that. A lot of people tend to overthink this. So now as they see the instruction thing, they're like, oh man, they're getting confused. They don't want to
I
call
didn't even read it.
because they don't want to call because they don't want to look bad because they're supposed to be the know-it-all. Look, stop doing that. Stop doing that. You have a question, ask. It's simple as that.
Amen.
Let's see what we got. We got Griff. We got 007. 007 is here. All his gadgets. Looks like the libraries let you rent a space. Oh, that's good. That's good. See, I didn't know that.
Or sometimes too, you could sponsor, different causes within your local community. That's a way of marketing your business, to be honest. So, there's a lot that you can do, but just understand that one, you have to be consistent with what you do. Especially when it comes to marketing, you do have to be consistent. And then once when you consistent, I mean, kind of almost like you slow down a little bit because it's really out there. But at the beginning, you have to be extremely consistent, patient.
Yep.
Um, be very patient, very very patient. But also keep in mind, you do want to see something. If you know that you're going out putting all these flyers out, make sure you're putting them in the right places.
Yep.
Here
You
in Texas, we're strict though about flyers. I'm gonna be honest. You can't go around putting flyers up and putting flyers
really?
in. Nah, you can't do that. Um, I mean, you can a little like it's you can only put them at where places where it says its flyers can be there. Like, for example, I had a friend that went to HEB to the
Yeah.
store, the grocery store here, and they posted their flyers all throughout HEB parking lot in the cars. HEB called them and told them not to come back. But it's strict here. Like it's you can't like you can't even be outside the mall handing out flyers and stuff. Like you can actually get arrested for that. So
Oh wow.
just keep in mind about doing certain things.
Yeah. You know what? If you're not sure, just go talk to the manager. And most supermarket has a bulletin board that you can put your information in. Look for those. Ask question. But that man, Texas is like that, huh? I'm not moving to Texas.
Yeah, I mean you can put flyers in places, but you still have to be mindful of how you go about doing it. Don't
Got you.
go in the parking lot putting your flyer all on somebody else's car. I mean some people do that, but here in Texas, you do that if you want to. You gonna receive a call from code enforcement. Hey, you need to come get your flyers, and I wouldn't even come because they might try to arrest you or something. So, there's different things that you can do.
I got you. That's good.
Someone had asked something too.
Says, how do you handle people that want to meet in an office? Oh. I get those type of calls every day. Look, we don't provide any walk-ins appointment. It's like I always explain to them we are fully mobile notary services. The notary travels to you. So if they because usually they be like, well, so what's the fee? Well, what if I travel to you? What if I meet you somewhere? Guess what? If I have to travel, that is the fee. A lot of people will um, want to come to the office, but you can always redirect them. Hey, there's a Starbucks around the corner. There's a coffee shop. Let's meet at the coffee shop. I only provide mobile services only. That's one way that seems to work for me. And if they don't want to do that, I'm sorry, I can't help you. But you're not coming to my house.
I mean, and that means not to really answer. I'll just tell them like, well, just tell them you're mobile, so there's no office here. But I'm more than welcome to meet you at the coffee shop at local Starbucks, and we could sit down and talk. I don't. Yeah, sometimes you just have to tell customers. Sometimes customers will call you with their shenanigans, but you really have to explain to them what it is that you do, and that's it. You know.
Exactly. You're right about that. So now I'm about to ask you this here. Yes, I see. There's a lot of new notaries that's coming into the field. A lot of people are not being honest. I know if you watched Griff live yesterday, there's about a forward check that's going around. Somebody edit a check.
Yeah, I've seen that before. Someone else did that to a different company. They changed. They
So,
was cashing multiple checks. So that's not the first time I've seen that.
oh really? That's something that's very common. So now, with that big, obviously, just like I said, that's been happening. It's going to continue happening. Like, why do you think that somebody would go to that extreme, knowing the fact that you are commissioned?
I'll be honest. If that person did that, they do that in their life. That's what they do in real life. Like, I mean, I really don't think. I really feel as though that is something that they do that in real life. Like if they took that to their business to fraudulent a check and edit it, they do that in real life. That's how they treat people. And kind of what Griff said, one time Griff said, what you do is who you are is going to carry on to your business.
Yep.
If you late to work to your job every single day, you're gonna be late. You're gonna be just as late for your own business. So to be honest, that person, I don't really think. I mean, even though as a notary, you feel like people should, have a certain standard about themselves, or they will want to keep their commission. But to be honest, they probably don't care, and they probably don't understand that it's regulated. They probably just looking at it like, oh, nobody will find out, whatever the case may be. But to be honest, that's just who they are.
Yeah.
They're fraud. I mean, not fraud, but that's just who they are. They do that on the regular, and I'm 100% sure if they did one check like that, I'm pretty sure they done plenty of other checks like that.
Yeah.
And that's just who they are.
Yeah.
Like, to be honest, that's who they are.
Yeah. That was very unfortunate. So, Ms. Keisha had another question. What type of content can I add to my social media accounts?
Oh, yes, ma'am. So one, the type of content that you want to add, especially if you know that if it's local community, is one describing your services. What is a notary? What is a mobile notary? What do you do? You also want to probably do videos, showing people how local you are in the area. That's some content that you can put on there. To be honest, it just depends on what platform that you're on too. Like on Facebook, if you're on Facebook, really you want to educate people about what is a notary, what kind of documents you may notarize. That's some content idea. Um, but also keep in mind with Facebook, it's very important for you to have a Facebook business page and not just your personal page, where you're trying to run everything on. Because what shows up when people look for a notary is actually the business page and not your personal page.
Absolutely. And make sure you are being professional. Towards that.
Well, even if you're not going to be professional on Facebook on your personal page, at least have it private to where it's the only certain people can see it.
Yeah.
To be
Yeah.
honest, and more than anything, if you know that you like to be You
Crazy.
like to express your political views, you like curse at people. I know we see these rude people not in your comments, but in general, I know we all go through comments and see how some people are on the internet. You know, it's hey, it's great for you to be that way, you know, but keep in mind just do that on your personal page. And when you're on your business page, just be on your business page doing business. She said Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. So really, a lot of the content could be just educating, educating people about your services. You know who you are, what you do.
Yes. And if
Right
you,
now, video content is big.
yeah, if you're on Facebook, make sure you're checking in where you at. Like for safety purposes, I wouldn't say check in when you're there, but maybe after you leave, maybe check back into that city, or that if you was at the shopping plaza, so you can just create a post and check in. And so that way, when people are looking for it or they're looking for that shopping plaza, your business will populate in the search. So for safety purposes, don't do it while you're there, because you don't know. You know the world is crazy right now. So just wait till you leave and just go there. So you broke the news a couple of days ago. So you was having a little one.
Oh yeah, I did break the news. I am expecting. I'm having a girl.
Just want to say congratulations.
Oh,
And
thank you.
so now, with a girl on the way, how do you balance life between family and business?
I'm gonna be honest. I kind of just take my time now. Like before, like I mean, I already have a 11-year-old. I have a son. So is that me? Oh, already kind of how I just now like before with my son. He's older, so it's different. You know, like he's kind of like more independent. I don't have to be doing a whole lot for him. But I set a time for him. But now that with the new one coming through, the new baby coming, it's like now I'm like I really have to buckle down and schedule things. And like right now I'm just taking my time. I don't really put too much on me. Um you know, I'm just balancing myself. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like I'm scheduling things. If I feel like it's something that I can't do, or I'm just not gonna do it. You
Yep,
know, that's
that's,
my balance.
that's
That's
awesome.
my balance. And if it's gonna affect me raising my family, then I'm just not gonna do it.
That's
You
good.
know, but I think the hardest thing too is getting my family on board and having them understand, you know, my life is not like traditional, you know. Like even for this live video, you know, I had to prepare for this. I had to spend, you know, I helped create like the yesterday what I did some graphics, I typed some things up, got some links ready, you know, and that's still work, you know, on top of other things that I had to get scheduled, you know, up. So sometimes I just have to let them know, tell people like, you know, let my family know like, hey, this is what I'm doing right now. Don't disturb me. But also, you know, I do make time to make sure I'm at home
Yes.
watching TV, whatever people they like to do, I'll do it with them. Going outside, we went to the water park, and you know, this things like that. So that's how I pretty much balance it: is not overbearing myself with the notary institution over just my stuff, and having a balance, you know, splitting my time between the two.
Got you. Yeah, that's amazing. Again, congratulations.
Thanks.
Girl, oh man, look, my daughter is 4. She'll be 5 next month, and she thinks she runs the house. So,
Oh, this gonna be something new for me because I have a boy, and honestly, I feel like the boys are kind of easy, you know. Like my son is easygoing. I can talk to him. He understands. I just feel like I don't know what it is gonna be with the girl. I don't know if she gonna talk back.
oh, she's
You
gonna talk.
know, I don't know. Like I feel like are you dealing with attitude, or is she just gonna come out and just be like my amazing son and just watch him? And you know, I don't know.
I'll say, all I know is my 4-year-old thinks she runs my 10-year-old. So, yeah, good luck with that. So, looks like, look, so I usually ask, are you a reader? I always ask everybody, are you reading any books? I know you mentioned The Secret. You read The Secret. You kind of had a great impact on you. Are you reading anything right now? Or are you playing?
um. Oh, it's a book I bought. I gotta go back and get the name of it, but I am in the process of reading it. It was a book by TED Talks, public speaking. The Art of Public Speaking or something like that.
Right.
That's a book I'm currently trying to get into at the moment. I do like to read. I read and I listen to audibles at the same time. Because to be honest, I don't really catch it when I'm listening to the audible. But if I read it and then listen to the audible, then I catch it all, you know. But that's the book I'm reading because I know I want to get more into actually speaking and talking at different events because that's something that I normally don't do. I normally kind of just honestly, I say to myself, I'm not gonna, I'm kind of shy in a way, but but you know, and then also too, you know, I want to be able to communicate to people better and not just kind of like say what's on my mind at times.
Nah, that is great. Looks like everybody's saying congratulations. I have Miss Keisha
Oh,
saying
thanks.
she's currently reading Think and Grow Rich. If
Oh,
you are,
that's a really good book.
you are reading Think and Grow Rich, I would recommend. I don't have it here.
I have quite a few books over here. I read marketing books too, though. That's
I
another
would
thing I
recommend
read.
you check out Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill after you read Think and Grow Rich. It's a
What's the
great
name of it?
Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill.
Oh,
So that is a great book. So highly recommend that you read that book after you read Think and Grow Rich. And there's a lot of other books that I've been getting lately thanks to Q. Q been putting me on game with some new books that I needed. And also for those of you on here who are saying that you are struggling with marketing, reach out to Q. He's at he's on Instagram at Captivated Notary MS. CaptivatedNotaryMS.com. Reach out to him. He is able to help you with marketing. He does a great job, and definitely he will put you in the right direction, and he provide a service. He wants to know what you are about. So he's not one of those that just want to take your money and just leave you in the dark and you can't get a hold of him. No, he will walk you through it. And if you're looking for marketing, just reach out to him. But LaShawn, oh man, it's been it's been amazing. It's been amazing. I really appreciate that. Just like I was saying in the beginning, how we got started. When you introduced me, when you had invited me to be a guest on the Father's Day special, and it's all about networking. That's one thing I am seeing within this industry. You have to find who who you can relate to. You have to find
mhm.
those that has the same mindset, that has the same idea as you and the same core belief. Because a lot of people on here are not who they say they are, and we're starting to see a lot of that lately. Not going to say any names in here, but just I appreciate the fact that you had me on last year, and that gave me the opportunity to meet Griff, and then I was able to network. And so everything that you are doing, you are greatly appreciated. I want you to know that I know what you are teaching, what you are putting out. It's going to help others, and from what they learn from you, they are going to teach somebody else. And
Mhm.
you are an amazing woman, and congratulations on the blessing. And
Thank you.
just keep doing what you're doing. Like I am proud of you. And a lot of people don't say that because everybody wants to be competing with one another. But at the end of the day, I know a lot of people say you have to compete, but sometimes just being able to collaborate will bring you further than competing with the next person. And I feel like you provided me with your platform last year, and I was able to build some great network within that, just off that alone. And Griffin, it was one of them. So it's amazing.
Absolutely. It's nice to see you. You know, you came a long way because, like you said, when I met every you and the other people on the panel, I was like, you need to do a video. And now I can't get you off the camera.
Yep, yep. You was on me. You and my wife was on me about doing the videos, and I told you I was gonna start doing it. So here we are. So any last word? Any last word for new notaries, seasoned notaries, anything?
My last words is to be honest, keep pushing. Don't get discouraged. Don't compare yourself to other people. Remember your why and keep at it with your plan that you have, and the business will come. Don't get discouraged. Don't listen to a lot of negativity. Be aware of what's going on, but don't let that be the reason why you're not successful in your notary business. And that's all I have.
Nice. Yep, that is amazing. And as always, like I always say, it's not about perfection. It's about taking consistent action. Stop trying to be like everybody else. Focus on yourself. Focus on your brand. You are special for a reason. So stop trying to blend in. Like just believe in yourself, believe in your abilities, and success will be yours. So with that being said, I appreciate you all for tuning in. It's been great. I appreciate you, LaShawn. Anybody
Thank
wants to
you.
reach out to LaShawn, the Notary Institution, you already know how to reach out to her. Reach out to me on here. I appreciate you all for tuning in. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. And I hope you guys have a great night. If you're going out tonight, be safe. Don't drink and drive. Just be aware of your surroundings because a lot of stuff is happening and you have to remain safe at all times.
And answer your phone.
Hope you guys have a great night.
Toodles.